Hey everybody, Leo S. here with the Access Control Executive Brief, and we have some more news. So it's quite the way to start the year. It's only January 7th. I think I've done this now 3 times. But HID has made a strategic dual acquisition, and I know some people have heard about this. There's even been some write-ups on it, but it's really official today. HID has announced the acquisition of two complementary companies, 3MILLID, they're out of Denver, USA, 3MILLENNIUM Systems out of Pontypool, Wales. This dual acquisition represents a significant strategic move in the access control industry, and I'll get into why. I'll first address the dual acquisition side. They are two separate companies. They both are tightly coupled through an agreement. So it's important to just first state that this is an acquisition of two companies. Two key business applications why HID would want 3MILLID and 3MILLENNIUM Systems. First one being market position. So LenLS2 is their primary customer through the Blue Diamond OEM partnership. I'll talk a bit about more what I mean by that and the implications that are at next, but also they have a strong presence in specialized credentialing with custom program capabilities, something that HID could do, but again, these smaller organizations have been able to move quicker, be customer-oriented, fairly service-oriented businesses that get into areas that they didn't necessarily do it. There's also some strategic benefits. So this does strengthen HID's European presence. In Europe, it's dominated by people like Legic. With 3MILLENNIUM Systems being in Europe, this does give HID some capabilities as well to be an even dominant more player in that marketplace. Also, this enhances that service-oriented business model beyond traditional hardware sales that we talked about. HID has been showing the desire to grow more in that marketplace. These two companies coming together with them gives them that capability. There's a growth strategy here. So HID's approach appears to be focused on consolidation. The company is expected to invest in both of these acquisitions to enhance their capabilities and market reach. They are going to leverage their existing strengths while providing additional resources to each of these companies to do it. I don't think this is a catch and kill like some people have tried to create a narrative around. Everything that I know and everything that I've had conversations and can see, this is definitely an area where they're going to take and try to put more resources in to actually grow this organization capability. There's a timing and market evolution story here as well. The timing of the acquisition, it does reflect significant changes in both leadership at organizations, but then also market dynamics. The first one on the leadership transformation side that I want to talk about is this is a clear signal that HID, especially from at the helm being CEO, being Bjorn, he's implemented a more collaborative business approach to the marketplace. I don't believe that the old regime of the past 30 years of HID would be in a position to make this type of acquisition. Historically, they've taken a more litigious approach to this marketplace, and to go after here, they're showing the ability to utilize some of the resources that they have to acquire talents like this. But it also is a mindset and culture change. There's also a change perception being made by the people being acquired. John Menzel from 3MILLID would have not made this decision 30 years ago either. He comes from the world just like Hugo did with Wavelengths when they were doing Exceed ID, where it was HID against everybody. Now, where Wavelengths has decided to go compete with them, which is also viable and good, John has decided to join them. He wouldn't have joined the regime of the past 30 years, I can tell you that. This is a change of perception. This is a change of leadership transformation that's happening in our market. And it's a good example of the co-opetition side that we talked about too. Like, all of that is changing. What we've thought for the past 30 years does not mean this is what's going to happen for the next 30 years. There's also some technology drivers here. There's a growing importance of mobile solutions and access control, and having the capabilities of NFC and the enablement beyond Bluetooth is driving this. And the resources that need to go in, especially when you're a small organization, to be able to do all of the things that you need to do for somebody like a Honeywell LenLS2, it's expensive and it's hard. So now by coming together with HID, they do have the ability to get resources put into it in order to go grow the business. There's also an impact on industry relations here that we should talk about. I talked a bit about it from the offset. This Honeywell and LS2 and it being such a critical customer of 3MILLID and 3MILLENNIUM. And what does it mean by HID doing this? And frankly, it's early. So there will actually be impacts, I'm sure, to this key partnership. But it does remain to be seen exactly what it means. And any speculation around that is probably just that, speculation. So the success of this is definitely going to depend on an effective collaboration between all parties involved. There's 4 companies coming together to sit down for this to make sense. Rather than speculating on outcomes, my opinion is that we should focus on the actual developments and the implementation strategies that they're going to show. I think we'll quickly find out the true meaning behind this acquisition based off of the way people show up in the marketplace. This acquisition, in my opinion, it marks significant changes in the industry and is showing as things continue to roll out. It's reflecting both current market needs and future technological trends that are happening that we talked about. My 2 top trends out of the 5 were capital infusion into the marketplace. This is a response to that. Not only is it from a PE standpoint or a venture capital, but also if you take a look at what's happening from corporate development departments of incumbents, they're investing and going and making acquisitions like that. And the success of this merger will likely depend on maintaining innovative spirit at the 2 smaller companies, but then leveraging HID's resources and market positions. If they do that and they put it together, they've got a great thing in front of them. If they use this, which I don't think they'll do, as a way of leverage, I don't think it'll work. All in all, I'm bullish on these types of things. Change is good, and I'm here for it. Any other questions, comments, let me know. Hit below. If you'd like more information like this, consider becoming a member of the Access Control Executive Brief. I'm going to write about this in the brief. We'll have a conversation on Slack. I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to more of this. Thank you.